Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the GM. It is your guy, Boulanger. Up next, day three running back options for the Baltimore Ravens in the 2025 NFL Draft. Let's talk. Yeah, I know. The Baltimore Ravens running back room is well stocked, led by Derrick Henry, then Justice Hill, Keaton Mitchell, and Rashawn Ali. But in truth, what did we really see from this past season? We saw the legend run for over 1,900 yards. We saw Justice Hill maybe have his best complete season in his career. And we did not see much from Keaton Mitchell, who was recovering from a lower body injury. I don't remember if it's an ACL or an Achilles. And then you saw Rashawn Ali get involved later on in the season. And so, could we use an upgrade in that third spot? Could we use an addition to that running back room, a young talent with fresh legs, somebody who may fit a Derrick Henry body type? I believe we could. And so in this conversation today, we're going to talk about two candidates who have different running back styles, different body types, but I think they could be suitable fill-ins, not replacements for Derrick Henry, but fill-ins for Derrick Henry. Let's get to it. So the first guy we're going to talk about is running back Cam Scatterbo out of Arizona State, I believe. He's 5'11", roughly 215 pounds, and he is believed to have put on some weight going into the combine. He may be around 220 when the combine gets here and his actual measurements are taken. And I think Scatterboo is ranked on most draft boards basically around number 94, which puts him at the end of the third round, quite possibly top of the fourth round. But I think in this combine, if he performs well, he absolutely has the potential to move up into that top 5 or 6 running back consideration, which would maybe put him into the top of the third round, which then puts him out of our draft range. I think if Scatterboo is on the board at the top of the fourth when the Baltimore Ravens get ready to pick, I think that he could absolutely be an option. I think he's an immediate upgrade over Rashawn Ali, and he could be competitive with Keaton Mitchell. And does that mean get rid of Keaton Mitchell? Absolutely not. That just means we add that fourth running back, as we did this year, to offer some different dynamics. When you consider what you see on film from Scatterboo, you see a running back who can do it all. He can run between the tackles. He can run outside the tackles. You can see him have an extra gear that he can get into. He doesn't have necessarily elite acceleration, but he does have an ability to hit that next gear and pick up some extra yards. He's an excellent receiver out of the backfield, one of actually the best receiving backs in the entire draft. He kind of has a little bit of a Justice Hill game where he can receive it and run it, but he's probably a better natural runner than Justice Hill. I think he had roughly 1,700 yards rushing this season, and I think he had another 500 yards receiving this season. And the bonus to Scatterboo is that he does have kick return and punt return ability. And so that is absolutely something we need a boost in. And I think picking up Cam Scatterboo on a fourth round contract makes him, kind of a no-brainer, right? You don't have to go out into free agency and try to sign somebody just to do kick return and punt return for the Baltimore Ravens. And you don't have to lean on Rashawn Ali to do that either, because he's not naturally a punt returner or a kick returner. Scatterboo does have those abilities. He does have quick feet. He does have some elusiveness. And I think that he could absolutely spell for Derrick Henry, because he is roughly 10 to 15 pounds bigger than Justice Hill, although I haven't checked Justice Hill's metrics. So I think he could be a really good option for the Baltimore Ravens. And the reason why I like him overall is just that he is a complete running back. He can stay on the field for all 3 downs. He does have some weaknesses. He does need to make sure he improves his ball security. And he does need to be able to square up his defenders a little more in order to get by them and set up his blocks a little bit better. But with all the other benefits to his game, he's definitely a guy you can take a flyer on and see if he's available in that fourth round. So you guys let me know what you like or dislike about Cam Scatterboo being a day 3 option for the Baltimore Ravens. All right, so the next guy we want to talk about in this conversation is going to be a guy who probably is becoming my favorite. And he's probably one of the least known, least talked about running backs in this draft class. And he's projected to be probably a day three, probably a fifth or sixth round running back. And that's Khalil Mullins from Michigan. He is absolutely the biggest back in this draft. He's 6'2", 233 pounds, which kind of puts him more in the category body type running game of a Derrick Henry. And he's a guy who amassed over 940 yards this past season in a dual back role. Michigan had a two back system this season, and so to have that kind of production, even splitting carries, speaks to his value. When you look at his tape, what you see is a running back who's big. He runs with power, but he does have the ability to break through tackles and run away from defenders. So he probably runs a little faster than his 4.6 projection. I guess we'll know more about him when we get into the combine and look at his performance coming out of the combine. We'll definitely revisit these two running backs, and we'll add a third, somebody who was not even on the radar. But I like Mullins as my favorite back right now, just simply because he does have a similar run style to a Derrick Henry. He's not as fast, he's not as big, but as far as a power runner, a big runner. In fact, I'm gonna tell you who he reminds me of. He reminds me of Gus Edwards. Although he may be faster than Gus Edwards, he's about the same metrics of Gus Edwards, and he's outright going to be a better receiver right out of college than Gus Edwards was for the Baltimore Ravens. Gus Edwards became a better receiver, and this guy can already receive it. And so I think that Khalil Mullins is a great day three option for the Baltimore Ravens. Also, a guy that he puts me in the mind of is a Braylon Allen that the New York Jets drafted last year in the fourth round, a guy that I wanted the Baltimore Ravens to draft, a guy who was familiar with Derrick Henry, had worked out with Derrick Henry. I think that this guy has a similar power style. Allen is definitely going to be a little faster, but power, good balance, and the ability to just play downhill, Mullins absolutely has. Is something that we don't have on this roster behind Derrick Henry. We have speed and elusiveness, but we don't have another power back. So I think Mullins could be an excellent option for the Baltimore Ravens. And so let me know what you guys want me to know about either one of these backs, Scatterboot or Mullins, and then even drop into the comment section a running back, a day three running back option that you have on your radar that you would like to see the Baltimore Ravens consider. I know, I think his name is Ali, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember if that's his first name or his last name, but I know Ali, I've looked at a little bit. He also has been linked to or talked about or drafted to, mock drafted, that by the way, to the Baltimore Ravens. And so if you guys like him, drop that in there and we will talk about him as well. So listen, I'm your guy, Boulanger. This is the GM, and I'm out.